morning, Mr. Polk and Mr. Polk. Hope you guys had a nice evening. Maybe went out to dinner and had a few drinks together and had some good time just getting back with each other. So anyway, I got your message last night, Garrett, about this house being too expensive. And I learned a long time ago, a price that my client wants to pay is the right price, and so I don't try to belabor the point when a client says it's too expensive. I never disagree because it's what you're willing to pay. When I sent that over, I had mentioned to you that I wasn't so sure about the price, so I sort of get what you're saying. If we do an automated pricing off of any type of software package that you could find on the internet, perhaps like a Zillow type assessment, it's good when you can come up with some excellent comparison properties. The reason that I didn't mention that I wasn't able to give you a price is because this house was too different or too unique to just take for me to download even one of my tools, even one of the real estate tools on pricing. This has to be done by hand because there's a lot of unique. So let me quickly point out some of those things, and then we can move on and look for other properties. But I wanted to ask you to give it a second look. And if at the end of the day you say, nope, I'm just not going to pay that kind of dollars, that's fine. We keep looking. So here's what I use in my guidelines as I start searching for homes. One is I want 4 to 5 bedrooms. This was 5. I want to look at a price of $350,000 to $500,000. This was $465,000 at list. I wanted no HOA. Now let me explain why that is important. When we start looking at things of boat storage, any of the planned communities, any of the HOA communities, for the most part, not 100%, but each one has to be investigated independently. HOAs a lot of them have a problem with boats being parked where you can see them. Those that say you can park out of sight, then we have an issue with how much side room we have on the side of the house between one lot and another, which leads me to the next part of it, is that I started looking, once you said you wanted room for a boat, I started looking for 1/2 acre to 1 acre, which would give us enough side passage to get to the backyard in any of these, in a lot of these. Now, in right there where you're living in Valrico, sorry, that particular HOA allows boats to be parked out front. You wouldn't be able to get one on the side because that's too tight. And there is one listing a block over that fits a lot of our criteria. I sent it to you, and that would work in any HOA that says that they don't mind or they don't care. All right. And then the last part of your criteria was location, something that we could easily get to 75 for and easily to get to any of the colleges or universities. This particular property met every criteria that we were looking for. So now let me show you a couple of comps. One is this one also in Lutz. Both properties are in Lutz. Where did it meet the criteria? Well, it didn't meet this criteria of 3 bedroom, 3 baths, but it did meet the criteria of price, and it did meet the size of the property. It does have an HOA. It's one of those that we would have to give them a call and see if they would if the HOA has any issues with parking a boat. But I'm putting this in not to sell this one, but to show you a comparison property. So this was at $400,000. And by the way, I'm putting a spreadsheet where I combine everything. It's only 2,300 square feet. And it won't work for you anyway, by the way, because it's only 3-bedroom, 3-bath. This one is a sold property. This is a better comp for us. It actually sold at $440,000. It was listed at $458,000, so it was an $18,000 drop. A lot of that had to do with the number of days on market. 132 days on market is exceptionally long at this particular point. So I guess they had a lot of showings and people looking at it, and finally they got an offer and were able to negotiate a deal at about $18,000 below asking price. It is a 4-bedroom, 3-bath. I believe, if I remember, it's no HOA, so we can certainly park a boat on it. And the lot size was down here, 19,800 square feet. So that's plenty of room land-wise. Anyway, I wanted to send this information. It's just to give you an idea. Now, the other thing is, when you use an automated, what happens is they only compare one house to the other house. So they get hand grenade close on those by saying, okay, this house was with a pool, this house was this many square foot, this house was in that location. But what they don't take into account is the outbuildings. They can't. It's very unique. So when you have one or two outbuildings, such as in this case, a income producing building, which changes the value right there, and then a outbuilding workshop, sometimes they're garages, all of those have an upward movement in price that doesn't reflect in the automated pricing value. So anyway, we'll put this one aside for now. We can let that percolate a little bit. It's only been on the market for, it's only been on the market for 2 days. I don't know. It's such a unique property. I don't know that it's just going to jump off the market quickly, but you never know. I can't promise that. Somebody could be considering it today. But we'll put this on the back burner and we'll keep looking for other properties. Take a look at the spreadsheet. I hope this gives you a little bit helpful information on how pricing went on that property. Y'all have a great day, and I will be contacting you if I find something else this morning.